Hello, hello, hello. I don't know who's there because Twitch isn't doing a good job showing me who is here, but I know there are people here. Ugh. Hello, Tetra. I'm hiding behind the mic right now. No one can see me, and no one can see the mic because it is. Oh, loud! That's very loud. Hello.
I am the bug inside you, or I am your Lord and Savior. Which one are you?
That was loud. I always like, even if they're not, even if it's wrong. I've always been more of a fan of I am the bug inside you, One More God Rejected, all that stuff. It's just cool. It's just cool. Just sounds fucking badass. Oh my god, the children, I didn't even notice them. Okay, bye children. Half-lucent children. So I haven't been able to play too much of the game. Well, okay, no, that's a lie. I haven't done too much of the story. A big reason for that is because for whatever fucking reason, I decided to do the awful side quests in this game. So I have like 10 hours, but a lot of that was doing side quests, leaving it idle while I look up how to do shit, do certain side quests, and then also the awful fishing minigame, which is still awful. And for the record, I have played, get back here. I have played the original. I have played the original Gestalt. So I know everything that happens in the original. I know what happens in the story. You can't spoil me! Bait the cat fishing minigame awful? Honestly, I think it's worse. When I was a child, I always hated Big the Cat, like everyone else. That minigame is bad. But now that I've, like, grown up and I know how that fishing minigame works, I think once you actually get Froggy on the line, it's fairly straightforward and not that bad. It's just getting him on the line is a fucking pain in the ass. This, I think, is worse because it's dull.
So,
it's
what's your
infinitely
side like?
more dull.
It's strange. Let's just leave it at that.
Stranger than a boorish young woman who battles
Oh,
monsters.
damn, I
in
never
her
noticed.
undergarments.
You could see that from here.
Let's go.
Damn.
What is this? A fountain?
I'm also on I am on Team Papa Nier. I combines Nier and Team.
Wolves!
Look out!
He's running right for us. Oh, oh, oh! Oh my god, oh my god! What the? It's the boy.
Wait, they're leaving.
That one appears to be the pack leader.
Oh, come on. I killed more than one wolf. It already fucking despawned. Jeez. So how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing?
What manner of place is this?
I think it's a graveyard.
The headstones seem to be lacking names. Also, why do they shine as if they were carved from the rock just yesterday? It appears to be out of service.
Phew.
The gate is sealed tight.
Well, great. Guess we're not getting in.
Where is she going?
Hold on.
오! 아니 가인의 같아! 킷! 와리라! 옮긴다!
You know these guys, Kaine?
Not exactly.
Today is Nier's birthday, but he's not here, so I just had a party by myself. That's not pathetic.
A while back, I saved a local kid from a pack of wolves. Ever since, this town's welcomed me with open arms. Gonna be a pretty screwed up place if they let me in, huh? Anyway, I don't understand a word they say, so don't get too excited. The king lives in the big building. Figure out the rest for yourself.
What about you?
I'll stay here. I hate crap like this.
I don't know whether to thank you or wish you ill. I suppose a quick stroll about town is in order.
The language they use here is pretty crazy. So, good luck with that.
What are they saying?
Fascinating. They speak a language I have never before encountered. I'd wager that huge structure is the king's manor.
How do we even get there?
With willpower and smarts, my lad.
I gotta say, I am being reminded of how fucking loud the PS4's fan is. I don't know if that's being picked up in the mic, but
feel
it
bad.
is
You could speak
awful.
1,000.
Come on, Vice, help me out already.
I am a brilliant book of unspeakable value, not some dog-eared travel guide.
I feel like we're just going in circles here.
If only we could speak to the locals. I've no doubt we'd have little trouble reaching the King's Manor. We'll just have to suss out a route on our own.
Vice said sus! That means I can go on a huge racist, homophobic, transphobic rant, right?
No entry, it would seem.
And after we finally made it all this way.
This is pointless. Let us go back.
Good, good. I'm glad you can't hear it. The two main things I'm always concerned about is... when it comes to, like, audio, the two things I'm always concerned about when I'm playing on PS4 for the stream is the PS4 fan and the audio leaking, like, the audio from my television getting picked up by the stream. I'm taking this little girl's fruit. It's mine now. Okay, bye.
Oh, and what happened to helping others, hmm? Oh, and what happened?
I was walking towards her.
Ho ho, look. This one lacks the power of speech. Perhaps she can communicate through gesture. Let me see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I am Fira. Do you need help?
Yes, we came here to talk to your king. But it turns out we can't actually talk to anyone.
I can guide you? Oh, she will act as our guide. How fortuitous. But first, I must explain this town.
We really just need to see the king.
No, there are rules to follow.
A million of them.
Me. Well, there you have it.
Bye. Item shop. All shops and houses in the city must abide by the following rules. Rule 106. Do not live on level ground.
106?
Is Rule 106 the reason for your labyrinthine system of staircases? Well, I suppose eccentric people deserve an eccentric town.
This is a Sanskrit dock. Rule 115,017. You must view the town by ship before purchasing any items.
Come now. What could possibly be the point of such an absurd rule?
I don't know. It's a rule that was in place when I first came here, not a new
Hold
one.
on. Your people are still making rules?
Yes, I've heard they've just passed Rule 124,046 earlier this month.
Of all the idiocy, I could never live in this city.
And now we sit here while it goes. I like how he's supposed to be like, this is supposed to be like a gondola where he's like pushing us along, or at least I think that's what it's supposed to be, but it's just a spear. It's just a spear. He's not even like putting it in the sand or anything. He's just holding a spear. This is a grocery. Rule 11,035. You must live at a level appropriate to your position.
So the aristocracy lives in the top levels, while the commoners subsist below.
Yes.
Seems like a rather unpleasant rule for those on the bottom. Does this girl plan to drag us about the entire town in this fashion?
She's just following the rules, Vice.
Fuck no. We doing all the goddamn rules. There's the castle. I like how Nier's just chilling. Stop. Surfboard. This is a Strange Things store.
Strange Things store?
Yes, a store that sells strange things. I don't know. The things are strange, so no one's really sure what they do.
Yeah, that is pretty strange.
Well, that one says stop. That one says no parking. No left turn. Caution, poison gas. One of them is like a train stop thingy.
It would seem we are impeding progress.
Yeah, yes, I am aware. It does not help that she runs straight for you right after you finish talking to her. Why is Nier the only one just chilling out? Thera should sit down too. Just take a load off, you know? I wonder how calloused everyone's feet are because they're just walking around on hard concrete all day. It's also the fucking desert, so all of these, like, everything has to be burning hot. Jesus. I actually had never thought about that part. Also, the textures on the ground look a little PS3. Not you. Not you. This is a store that sells raw materials. We use these materials to make masks. Rule 12, do not neglect your mask. If you live here, you must have a mask on at all times.
I was beginning to suspect that.
Everyone wears the same mask. Except if you're a certain someone. weapon shop. Weapon shop. This concludes the tour of the city. Thank you for your patience. I will now guide you to the King's Manor.
These rules are enough to make a sensible man reach for the noose. I don't know how you survive in a place with so many inconvenient prescripts.
It's not so bad. Although I used to ask the same question. Then someone told me, rules do not exist to bind you, they exist so you may know your freedoms. When I look at it like that, they don't bother
You're
me.
a good citizen, Fira.
It would seem
What freedom do I get for having to wear a mask all the goddamn time? What if I don't want to wear a mask? Am I gonna show up on r/public outbursts? Or wherever the fuck? I'm gonna get canceled on Twitter because I go into an establishment and I'm like, I don't want to wear a mask, and then they're like, no, you gotta wear a mask though, it's kind of important. And then I'm like, no, I want to be a baby, I want to be a quiet baby and not wear a mask. So when I first started talking about the mask, I wasn't thinking about COVID, and then I started thinking about COVID. Ugh. This is the King's Manor. However, we have no king now.
You have no king?
Our king was stricken with a foul black illness, and so passed away. His son, the prince, now rules this land.
Black Scroll.
This is the prince's royal advisor. He would know far more about those things than I.
Thank you. All of this touring has been helpful for understanding your language. I believe I will be able to speak with this advisor myself.
And now, even though all we've been doing is talking to a literal mute girl who cannot speak the language, somehow Vice has learned the language.
We need to talk to the prince.
I'm afraid the prince is not taking outside visitors at present. I would appreciate it if you could come back another day.
My patience for this kind of thing has long ago evaporated.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, Fira. Let's go back to Kaine for now.
Yay, another boat ride. By the end of this, I'm gonna turn into fucking Kenny from The Walking Dead. Hold up, I got a text. How many of you have played this game before? Kiane.
Finish your business.
Yeah, thankfully we met a girl who helped us get around.
A girl.
Oh, joy. She's here. Oh my gosh.
Slow down, I can barely. The person who saved me. Surely you don't mean Kaine. Kaine helps you. This foul-mouthed hussy.
Piss off, book. You guys done or what?
She's still talking. Hey, did you hear the news? The prince is missing. What? Then we're in violation of rule 83,348.
What's going on?
The prince is gone, and according to rule 83,348, we have to start looking for him right away. No, you don't get it. The prince went missing in the barren temple. What? But Rule 50,527 states that only nobility may enter the temple. That means we can't go look for him. But what about Rule 83,348? What about Rule 50,527?
Why'd they make a bunch of rules that contradict each other?
This is their way and their system of laws. As outsiders, we have no say in the matter. Now come.
Bureaucracy.
We'll be off.
I'm going to go save the princess. No, you can't. Have you forgotten about Rule 50,527? Oh, screw the rules.
That rule only forbids your people from entering the temple, right?
What makes you think that's the case? They haven't said anything about that only applying to people of facade.
So why not ask an outsider to save your prince?
Oh, and what luck. We just happen to have an outsider who can't stop meddling in the affairs of others right here.
But the only ones who can enter the temple are...
I'm going to. Fira told me about Rule 1024. You know that one, right? Rule 1024. You must honor the request of any outsider owed a debt. That's how it goes, right, Fira?
Why did I ever agree to travel with such a pack of do-gooders?
Let's move.
And we go... Wait, go back. I want to check all the stores and stuff. First time you're seeing gameplay. This is a really good game. I'm not going to spoil anything, but this is a really good story. As per Rule 6,909, I will hereby engage in the trading of weapons. Would you like to buy something? The game part is not great, but it is a good game. It's complex. It's a little complex. I should probably just save up for the Beastbane. Essentially, how do I put this? The story is amazing. The story is really, really good. It's a very unique experience, unlike any other game I've ever played. The game portion is not amazing. With the original back on the PS3 360, it's very, as per Rule 10,547, I will hereby engage in the trading of food. Now come on in, come on in. Marvel at my wonderful selection. Give me, ooh, watermelon. I need a berry for, I'm pretty sure I needed a berry for a quest. I don't think I did that one yet. Need to go around and buy a map. Would you let in here to my problem traveler? My daughter's birthday's coming up. I don't care. I don't care.
For something like...
I don't care. The side quests are also bad.
These rules are absolutely preposterous. That person cannot even tell us what they wish us to purchase. Never in my life have I seen such foolishness.
It's no big deal.
Come now. This must bother you.
Sure, a little. But I trust they have a reason for it, even if we don't understand.
That is a very broad-minded thing to say. Are you feeling well?
That was almost a compliment.
The lip syncing, am I right? As per Rule 4,202, I will nearby engage in the trading of materials. What do you need? PS1 Classic solely to play Persona 1. I would say yes. Put some other games on there. In particular, Xenogears is fantastic. There's a bunch of other, like, I can't remember what games all were on the PS1 Classic. Was Ape Escape on there? This isn't even a store, I forgot. Where do I buy the map again? No! Why do I keep accepting the quests even if they're bad? Because I'm a fucking madman.
Your health is lost.
I'm a fucking madman. Also, to be perfectly honest, it's because a lot of the quests you just kind of complete as you're playing the game. So I have found it's best to just accept every quest as you get it. And then, oh, hey, I just so happen to have filled this up. I can go turn this in real quick and get a little bit of bonus money. And here we go. This is the map. And outside of that one quest that I did grab, I don't think there are any other quests available right now. I'll go around the town one last time just to be certain.
Is any of this what? Oh, well.
She won't tell us what she wants us to buy. It's not good game design, but it's Yoko Taro game design, where it's just fucking weird. Hello, little girl. Who's show you the way? I need my guidance to get to the sandstorm. Yay, more following. Game developers, please make NPCs run at the same speed as me. And then if they get too far ahead or something, just have them stop until I catch up. Please.
Are we leaving the girl behind?
Fuck off. So they vastly improved the combat of this game. It's a lot better. It's actually like good. But the thing is, there's a lot of like the gameplay problems.
It would seem with
A lot of the problems are kind of baked into the core of the game. It would require way more than just a remaster to fix. It would require you to it would require them to go back in and like completely change a lot of the gameplay design, like the game design, the structure of various points in the plot. And not only that, but the reason why a lot of things happen in this game the way they do is because the original was on a massively tight budget. It was on a budget. And there's a lot of points in the game where they're like, oh shit, if we can't do this how I wanted, we only have so much money, we should like figure something out how we can just keep reusing assets. Okay, you went to this one area, cool, go to this other area now. Okay, you're at this other area for 5 minutes, go back to the area you were just at, and then come back here again in 5 minutes. It's very... I'll guide you through the desert. Please stay close to me. Also, the size of the game world is pretty damn small. It feels small.
Beware the wolves.
This sand is too much. I can barely open my eyes.
The moment I open my mouth, the sand rushes inside.
Do you even have a mouth? How does Vera deal with this?
Perhaps there is some manner of filter inside that mask of hers. Keep a keen eye on your surroundings.
Ah, get off! You son of a bitch!
Vera
Little
sure is
girl,
brave,
wait.
isn't she?
I'm trying
Such a
to
minuscule body,
loot.
she seems to possess almost boundless stores of energy.
Yes, she is a child. I think the frustrating thing about this part of the game is the fact that you, like, just like I have done, I bought a map. I don't need her to guide me through the fucking desert.
Wolves.
Look out!
Oh!
This girl must possess extreme patriotism. Look how she
She's
gives all
running in the
us.
wrong direction! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Baron Temple's just ahead. Oh, one more thing. Thank you. Okay, bye. Avida said. Man, my hair still dumb. As far as I can go. I'm learning to make awesome food from Nier. I better start working on a new secret recipe.
What was that supposed to be?
Leaping rabbit, don't jump. Fuck.
Sorry, what now?
Guess we have to play by the rules.
Oh, Master of the Trial, it's time to devote yourself to the next rule.
What a bother.
I wonder what this prince is like.
The man is tasked to protect his people, and yet he's made them toil to save him. I think that tells us everything we need to know. That he is an incompetent fool.
Did I just hear someone?
Za Prinsu. How dare you insult me?
Where did
Bow
you
down
come
for this
from, boy?
transgression. I am no boy, I am the 93rd Prince of Facade.
Wait, seriously? But you're just a kid.
You're one to talk, you're hardly any older than that. Oh man, that line was different 10 years ago.
What?
Arg, what is this thing? Okay, bye. Bye-bye. What's the new rule? Leaping rabbit, stationary owl. I have to keep moving.
That was unusual.
Come on, we have to help him.
Oh. Walk straight into that. Racing wolf, evasive mouse, magic spewing bat. Oh, fuck. But
God damn it! This shit's starting to piss me off!
Kaine!
What in the... Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Let me go. Let me... I'm gonna kill you when I get out of here!
I assume we'll have to find her as well.
Yep.
so racing wolf means don't run. Evasive mouse means don't dodge. And magic spewing bat, as we saw with Kaine there, don't use magic. Um. Oh. Fuck me. Wait, I don't need to run. I don't need to walk. I can run again. Protected turtle, magic spewing bat. Really easy, that one. Is there anything I missed? No? Okay. Evasive mouse, magic spewing bat. Okay, don't. Overshot the box! Oh my god. Wasn't this one like don't attack, so you have, it forces you to only use magic? Yeah. So boop boop. Switch to Lance.
The rules shows no signs of slowing.
Easy, Vice. We need quiet or we're gonna mess this up again.
These masked folks certainly enjoy their bizarre customs.
I wonder what drove them to make such complicated rules.
Why did it force me to walk like that? No dodging. There we go. Oh yeah, you gotta unlock the tutorial from random ass drops from enemies. Hand. Got me through. I want to go in the long hallway. I think this is something you actually have to come back and do. I think it's like an optional final area. Hold up. Wow, that is really fucking busy. Yep, there's my playtime. Most of that is fishing and side quests.
What's this?
Well, this doesn't look suspicious at all. I suppose that was to be expected.
Hey, look!
The prince. How dare he? How dare he stand still?
That mule
This is a cool-ass boss.
inside. Without any rules to bind us, we are free to unleash the entirety of our powers.
It's about time.
Darklands.
What is this thing?
I detect magic within the glowing cubes.
Hello, Waluigi. You've been here. I don't know why I said hello. Thank you for subscribing. I gotta focus or I'll get hit by the bullets. Boom. Oh! Let Yoko Taro make that Ikaruga game he's been wanting to make. Ah! Shit! At last! Oh, last bullet.
The guardian of this temple is a curious sight indeed.
Says the talking book.
Choice is a powerful foe.
There you are, you bastard!
Kaine!
I'm gonna kill the shit out of you! Now hold still and die already!
How did you find us?
Beats me. I just kicked a bunch of ass and wound up here.
And without even bothering to get dressed.
Fuck off, book.
Kaine, the glowing cubes take priority.
Screw your priorities!
Ah.
I'm gonna kill this thing my way!
Come on.
This should prove interesting.
Okay, there goes the first layer. There we go. And there we go. Lockman. Lockman, go bye-bye. You gotta do the thing! Da 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 da. Devil and Popola came to keep me company today. They even sang a song for me. It was really great. I need to practice so I can sing to Nier when he gets back. Oh, his name isn't Nier. Prince! My liege. Have you any idea of the trouble we've... Ah, the royal mask. Our people have suffered since the king's death. I was too young to bridge the gap between our people and other civilizations. Trade has come to a halt. We lack food and water, and the people despair for it. This mask is an emblem of the king. With it, I can project a strong image to other lands, and our people can be prosperous once more. My prince. Rules do not exist to bind you. They exist so you may know your freedoms. Those are the words of my previous king, my father. And now I have his mask. I believe I can ascend to the throne. Is this correct? Of course. Hail! All hail the new king! Goodbye.
Hey, so while we're here, I need to...
Why is Fira here? apologize to you, my foreign friend, for all of your hardships. I swear by my new position as the King of Facade, I shall grant whatever desire you wish. I shall grant whatever you desire. I read that completely wrong. Also, he talks as if this is another country, but this is like 3 minutes north of us. Or east of us, or wherever the fuck. Please, what is it I can do for you?
Oh, no, that's alright. We were just happy to help.
Nonsense! Speak your desire that I may see it done.
I believe the Regent has just given us an order.
I guess so. In that case, how about you make Rule 0? And have it say that if people don't like a rule, they can vote to change it.
A splendid idea.
Nier just invented democracy. What? But my king, this cannot be! Our people have long memories. We shall never forget the debt we owe you, no matter how hard the times. Such is the way of the masked people! And thus we shall grant your request. Still, that alone cannot repay our debt to you. Please accept this. Rebirth.
Thanks. But I think most of your praise belongs to someone else.
Thank you, Fira. I am sorry for all I put you through. He's not even looking at her. It's not a problem.
Do you know how to cure the Black Scrawl?
Ah, the foul disease that claimed my father's life. Obviously, no.
So, even a king couldn't recover from it.
I fear everything we tried ended in failure.
It seems there is no way around it. We'll have to collect the sealed verses after all.
I wonder why the Black Scrawl is so
It's the only
deadly.
we have.
Pardon me, but what are these sealed verses?
We came across an old song that says if we find them all, we can cure the Black Scrawl.
And yes, we are well
That's not what
aware
the
that
song
frames
said.
spent by minstrels half in their cups are hardly a reliable source of information.
The song said, oh, there's a lot of really powerful spells, and we were like, yo, maybe one of them can help.
Hey, I'll believe anything if there's even a sliver of hope it could help me save Yona. And I'll collect verses, orbs, crystals, magic goat meat, whatever.
Can I leave? Can I ask you to visit us again? To return as friends?
Of course.
Just try not to get yourself kidnapped again.
Of course. Thank you. I promise to be careful. Obtained a sealed verse, Dark Wall. Right to magical defensive barrier. Charge to increase the size of the wall. Cool.
I'm worried about Yona. Let's go back.
One last time. Ignore that. This is the best part of the game, if you ask me. Riding around on the boats. Wait. No. No. Wolf, Okay, I'm gonna run back over to the Baron Temple and try and do that last
suppose
area.
Rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh?
Those rules are important to the masked people. The sandstorm's too intense to...
You don't say.
Scratch that. I can't go
and I
there.
think it's important we respect that.
Well, well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
Hey, less talking, more walking.
That feels like a line that probably was the same in the original, or in Gestalt. But it would gain like a new meaning. Because here it's like, oh, Nier, he's a boy, you know, he's still growing. And then Nier's like, I'm not a boy, shut up. While in Gestalt, it's more like, yo, I'm an adult. I have a daughter. Get him, Kane, get him! Trying to find a thing. I'm texting a friend. I'm trying to send them a specific picture that I have, and I'm having trouble finding it. There it is. Okay. Go. 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 More goat. Blizzard. Goat. Goat. Round striped food object. She wants fucking watermelons. Yeah, it was goat hide the merchant wanted, and I need more goat hide. Oh, hello, Chris. How are you? Get back here, you son of a bitch. Hey, oh.
Hey,
hello.
You can get in a facade, right? I've got a thank you gift I need delivered, and
No problem.
Oh, God.
Right.
Oh, I hate these side
It's
quests.
kind of fragile, so don't just get that to the weapon shop and
I'm getting this done. These ones in particular suck ass.
Are you serious? Hell no.
Pussies are only good for breaking things anyway.
Maybe I'll start with you.
Ah!
Crap.
That did not sound good.
I think we broke something.
Well, there is little point in finishing the delivery now. Let's go back and apologize.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you. I finally got vaccinated. My arm is a little tiny bit sore. I could feel like a tiny little bit left. But my arm's fine otherwise. Is Replicant good, or does it show Jay's Spiping remake? A bit of both. A bit of both. Well, it's not so much age as it is. There are parts that are just very blatantly like, this was a problem 10 years ago, and it's still a problem now. There's some game design decisions that were made as a result of having a very tight budget. Such as bad quests, returning to the same few areas multiple times to make the most use out of them. Sometimes you just go there for like a minute and then leave. And just overall not amazed. Like it's got some problems. It's got some problems as a result of just poor game design decisions. I am not... Fuck it. I'm not gonna... Actually... Hell yeah! Fuck that child. Fuck the small shade. There's a third goat. Don't tell me it despawned. It despawned. Oh yeah, there is no dad, and that's a major problem. Well, there is a dad. He's just... It's not in the way I want it. Is it DLC? No, it's not DLC. It's in the base game. But essentially there was DLC for the original release of Replicant and Gestalt, in which you played as the version of Nier that was in the other version. So if you had Replicant, the DLC you played as Papa Nier. If you had Gestalt, the DLC you played as Brother Nier. And in this version, in the remake, that DLC is just in the base game. Here, it's just like, oh, okay, cool, I can play as him, thank God. It's still not... I wanted the story to be about Papa Nier. Get the fuck away from me. Do not go away.
What was that?
It is known as a scorpion. Phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Chelicerata, order Scorpionida. They are closely related in form and structure to other arachnids.
Oh shit. Oh, thank God.
I'm so not following you right now.
It's an enemy. Kill it.
Now that I understand.
Oh. I made it. My instinct was to hit the dodge button. That would have been a really bad idea.
Wow. So, well, what do you can't? But
Does the girl?
Which one of you? I just gotta run around and talk to every single person with the quest marker. You're the person I need that just wants the watermelon.
Oh.
User.
I didn't say.
We don't
Get
then.
Obtained royal compass.
you listen.
Hi there.
あてとずいさん、わが。おお、いと。あ、ざ。
今
たど。
Sure.
たく。
My god. On the lowest level, hanging out with her boyfriend. I've checked all the lowest levels. Fuck is she? Yeah, this is Gerudo Valley, isn't it?
ご無沙汰
What it?
と出たん説ユー
What?
グご来てえた Do you
Hey,
タクえ
this is one strange game.
This is one strange city.
That's not untrue.
Ah, speaking of which,
What?
I trust you have not forgotten the message.
We'll see.
Where the fuck is this girl? Who am I looking for? I got this side quest to find the missing girl. The daughter was sighted with her boyfriend on the lowest level of town. Go search for further clues. Maybe I should just keep talking to people. Maybe there's like a specific order I need to talk to people in.
You
Is any?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything else?
Yuri Suichi.
Maybe it's on the entrance. There's a low level there. What do you mean? Because the entrance goes up. Like, that's the entrance. It's on one of the higher levels. Fuck.
Let's just
To the left of the entrance? Oh, God. Okay, from here, facing this way, where do I go? Oh, you're just guessing. So much help you are.
Given
Oh.
all the info we've gathered, the missing girl should have been around here with her boyfriend.
I say, are these bloodstains?
Yeah.
I fear.
Well, maybe.
It's time to meet with the girl's boyfriend. Okay, where is he?
Yuri Sei Tozo.
Are you the first?
掲載
It was,
伝存
Uh-oh.
伝存化し根づちと
Ask people to respect their rules. Uh-oh. Who'd have thought I would need to pay attention to a side quest to figure out what it wants me to do?
are you the?
掲
It was,
掲載でく伝存化し
King's left. Men of the Mask work for the king.
you were, you're,
You can hide nothing from Grim. Confess, lest others who
来た外で里行寿司ときて切って
accident or not, a person.
はそうはしたって尊くあ
We appreciate the honesty.
Boy just admitted to killing his girlfriend on accident. If she fell and hit her head, how did the mask not protect her?
Are you the?
あざた
The men of the.
掲載だ伝存化しそのと
Children can be difficult, or childcare can be difficult.
Are you
ええ、あ、
child care?
掲載レク辻と伝存担当と
Only nobility may enter the treasury.
たったんだた
Says the southeast, right? The southeastern guardian. Oh wait, I'm on the western half.
Are you the?
あざ
It's
掲載だ朝伝存化した人あざい
Quicksand, a long-winded person.
Are these what? Great. I hope.
え
I spent 8,000 gold for all those watermelons, and she only gave me back 3,000. You gotta love it. Good game design.
Are you the fifth?
あざぞち
Quick.
掲載
He certainly enjoys.
いいゾチンと来たと
Did this really help?
His blast.
Okay, now I have made back my money by doing a completely separate quest. If anything, the rewards for those two quests should have been switched.
Harute 裏
The mouse tail. 4 more goat hide. She wants a watermelon. I have one growing. I have one growing back at the village. Report quiet to the client. Apology from a fool. 10 wolf hides. Lily's hero. I just have to go out into the desert and try and find the kid. And then the missing girl. I have to go find her body.
Does he really think she'll forgive him if he just gives her a fur?
It does seem somewhat materialistic.
Are you guys for real? When someone gives me something for free, I'm happy as a pig in shit.
This world would be a great deal simpler if nothing but.
This must be the Sandspout well.
Oh.
This is hardly the most pleasant task you've ever signed us up for.
I'll pretend that's a compliment.
I don't see a body.
How peculiar.
Why would he lie? Well, I guess we...
So there was no body to be found.
What's going on here?
She must have been carried off by the sands. Or the wolves.
Oh no.
Or perhaps the man was mistaken all along.
Or maybe it's a different spout.
It appears to be.
There are multiple spouts here. Look at this man.
Hey, are you the one who wants to become a man of the mask?
おやり口
The desert's dangerous.
だだカッシュゼルガ
What?
そうはしてヘルアと生きちたれるさ
Hey, wait!
Look at him go.
If he speaks the truth,
Yeah,
it is my experience that youth is simply a synonym for stupidity.
oh come on. He just wants to protect his city. I think it's nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's real nice.
Wait, weren't you the guardian of your village, Kaine?
Yeah, but look, all I'm saying is, don't talk to me.
Oh, is your mouth too full of sands to formulate a crude response?
Fuck off and die, book.
We lost him.
Quick, how many of the things? I only got 3 of them. I'm just going for the damn den.
We're too late. Come on.
Quick, before they despawn. No, they're despawning.
This guy is insane. He could have died.
He reminds me of a certain someone.
Hey, I'm not like that.
No, no! Ah!
Your son is a boy no longer. Though we urged him against it, he vanquished an entire...
ユダセでゼルガントで倒けるタサローザタライチドドっていとだざいとサンデンチタトサラペルアトイ鳥でサテチキロキーだタクトガン
And that second weapon.
ウラヌザールテルア
Okay, bye, Alcrest. I still don't have enough wolf hides.
Listen, your daughter is... Wait, what?
色と添います。
But your boyfriend told us you were... Soto!
タッチ言ってると？
だ
だって
だとて
I don't understand a single thing that's happening right now.
Could the man possibly have been deluding himself this entire time?
ああ、打ちとくだ。
Now just to go grind out wolves. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? You guys heard what I said. The side quests in this game is bad. They're bad. Why am I doing this? Thank you. Thank you, ZK. Kill the scorpion. Oh, and I agree. I agree. I just don't know why I'm doing this. Which, by the way, I've played the original Nier before. I've played Gestalt. I've played Automata. Oh god, I hate the walk. Yeah, no, the walking room sucks ass. Punch, 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 punch. And wolf-like attack. Oh! Okay, that's 7 wolf hides. 8. Did it come out the same year as God of War 3? I thought God of War 3 was 2009. And this was 2010. Well, they probably came out in the same year purely in terms of, like, they probably came out within a year of each other. God, Lords of Shadows came out in 2010? What the fuck? Hey, hot take, that first game is not that bad. The first Lords of Shadows is not that bad. The second one is bad, but mainly because they tried to force it. They tried to chase even more trends than it was already chasing, and they forced in an open world that was just not necessary at all. I mean, I will say the character is actually Dracula is a little, like, by that point it was already kind of like, oh, you used this already. It's like kind of whatever. Oh, I agree. Samus Returns is fantastic, and I really hope Nintendo works more with Mercury Steam, Hopefully they can have them just like, hey, they're the 2D Metroid team now. Okay, I have enough wolf hides. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. South. Oh, I'm locked on. The camera was turning. Samus Returns is great. I really like that one. It's also like the only Metroid Prime, or like the only like 2D Metroid game. Well, no, there's Fusion. Jesus Christ, there's so many wolves. It's the only 2D. What the fuck am I talking about? Fusion. Fusion exists. It's the only Metroid game. It's the only 2D Metroid game with like a really good twist to it. Yeah, I didn't even play that bad. The 3DS one. I played the demo and it was bad. It did not play well at all. But I remember in the cutscenes, there was no lip syncing. So what the characters would do, is they'd have them go, and they would just move their, they would just open their mouths. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
Hi there. Don't cheat on her.
The go-to guy. All right, it's me, the go-to guy. Okay, I think I've done all the side quests in Facade. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Yeah, no, it is shocking that they went from making a really, really bad Metroidvania to making a really good one. What have they done since? I'm gonna look. I'm gonna do a little bit of Google and Google Mercury Steam. See what they've been doing. I get the feeling they probably haven't done anything since that. There it is. The American McGee presents Scrapland, Zombies, Clive Barker's Jericho, Castlevania, Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, Lord of Shadows 2, Metroid Samus Returns, Space Lord, which Space Lord seems to have come out at the same time as Samus Returns, yeah. So they haven't done anything in 4 years. They've definitely been doing something. Hopefully Nintendo hires them to do more Metroid. Because I think they did a good job that one time. Give me the goat hide. Hot meat. Boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum. One, two, three, four. How many goat hides are in my store? I know you're stealing. Three more goat hides. Wait, maybe instead of having to run all the way back to the fucking gate, I could just run all the, I can just go to Lost Shrine. And that way, instead of having to go, I can go. I wish I could meet that Kaine lady Nier told me about. I bet she's really nice and always says nice things. I wonder if that's what my mom was like. See, this is why I like Papa Nier better. Papa Nier, it does, like, okay, I wonder what my mother was like. When it's Brother Nier, it doesn't really introduce anything that interesting. But when it's Father Nier, it's like, oh, yeah, what kind of woman is this man attracted to? Who would be his wife? That's so much more interesting to me. That's more interesting for me to wonder about. And then there's also the whole, like, what happened to her? And, like, yeah, you can wonder that. Well, it's also the brother, but it's just so much more interesting when it's the father. But then also, if you know what goes down in this game, Day of Defeat? DOD? Day of Defeat? Is that what you mean? I'm gonna talk to you.
You're delivered.
Thanks.
Oh, Dragoon. Yeah, no, I have not played Drakengard 1. Well, no, I have played it. I don't own it, and I haven't finished it. I have played it. I played my friend's copy. But I know the story. I watched the Clemps videos about it. I know what its deal is. Boom. Got it. Got it. I'm gonna go get the mouse tails. Yes, I know the endings. Don't worry, like in terms of things that are important to Nier, I know that stuff. So I know Drakengard 1, I know Nier 1, or Nier Replicant Gestalt, and I know Nier Automata. Actually, over here, got the book of short stories that has the novelization of the Yorha stage play. Yorha version 1.05. I haven't read all of it, I'll be honest. I keep putting it off. I'll start it and then I stop, and I start it and I stop. But I know everything involving Nier. Drakengard 2 I know like nothing about, but also it's fucking Drakengard 2. It doesn't count. It doesn't count because that's not the one Yoko Taro made. So he is going to disown it and ignore it as best as possible. Drakengard 3. I know bits and pieces from Drakengard 3, but I don't know it super well.
Yo,
Oh,
how are you feeling?
better, now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yeah, Yona. I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
The problem with Drakengard 3... I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't. I try to leave. But something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips slowly flutter. What's he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S. Then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. It's a sealed verse. The thing I'm looking for. The key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. Dream. Dream? What? What the hell does that mean? The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it! I can't make it out! I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me. But instead, I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth. And that is my voice acting for the day. There's only one bed. Do they just
a dream.
Wait, no, there's two beds. This is the first floor.
Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and forest of myth. But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We should play a game together sometime too.
Sure, Yona. Did somebody order a watermelon?
Yay! You're the best.
Anything else you need?
Actually, I need a pumpkin.
All right then.
Oh, of course you need a pumpkin.
Got your pumpkin.
Thanks.
You've sure been eating a lot lately.
Oh, I'm not eating them.
You're not?
Ta-da! Here you go. I made it all by myself.
Is this a cake?
Yep. Popola
Out
taught
of
me
watermelon and
I
pumpkin.
made it for you in secret.
Wow, Yona, this is, well, it's a surprise for sure.
Come on, try it, try it.
Yeah, this is so good.
Yay! You're always super busy, so I wanted to make you something to help keep up your strength.
That's really sweet of you, Yona. Thank you.
Sure. Actually, I made like 7 cakes, so there's tons of leftovers.
All of them out of watermelon and
The
pumpkin.
life of an elder sibling continues to be a trying experience.
You're telling me.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Before I go ask the Popola thing. Bella Twins and the new merchant in town. I'm gonna go... Actually, no, because I'm gonna be heading in that direction anyway. I'll go talk to her and then I'll head in that direction and then go get the mouse tails.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in the village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice, Dream, on the matter. Recently, there have been dream reports, dream of a certain evil dream, empty dream, cursed dream, evil dream, words, dream, and someone,
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Dream.
All right. Thank you.
Nier came back. She came back home to see me. Yay! Want to go double check the
Black squalls in our village.
I want to go double check
Welcome.
the weapons at the blacksmith. Cool. Okay, yeah, they all carry over. You're new.
Excuse me.
I don't think so.
When I got home, I found a note from him. Please, my son shouldn't be too hard.
Okay.
Mr. Plinkett. Are you talking about Vice? The book? The British? The one that goes, oh, do not sully me. Yeah, I mean, if it's Vice, he kind of does sound a little bit like Mr. Plinkett. Oh, this was just me doing a pompous asshole voice. My Mr. Plinkett. I hate my son. I just want to go home. My son doesn't call me anymore. To be fair, it's not terribly difficult to do a Plinkett impression. Because the voice, you just kind of have to lower your voice, slur your speech a little bit. Kind of talk from the back of your throat. It helps if you stick your lower lip out. Just kind of let that get in the way as you talk. My son, the hack fraud, George Lucas. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Johnson. I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed they didn't do a Plinkett review for Rise of Skywalker. Just because out of all of the sequel movies, oh my god, Rise of Skywalker deserved it the most. It is a dumpster. It is a dumpster fire. It is so bad. It is awful on every level. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. It would be a 6-hour endeavor. They'd have to release them in parts again. They'd all be the same length as they normally are now, but it'd be in parts again. What am I playing? I'm playing Nier Replicant 1.22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, minus, equal, backspace. I played the original Nier Gestalt 10 years ago. So I'm really playing.
He doesn't talk about mom as much these days.
Jacob?
Yeah?
Can you read me a story?
In a bit, okay? I've got a customer right now. How can I help? Need some work done on your weapon? Come back soon.
I'm playing mainly for the new content, but also just to kind of get a little, let's say, get a little like, I don't want to say nostalgic, but a little like, you know.
Come back.
It's been a few years.
How can I help? Need some work done on your weapon?
Oh, Waluigi, I highly recommend picking this game up. It is jank. It is janky as hell. But it is an experience. It is an experience. One of... So I initially played this game because my friend and very, very frequent collaborator, Nova Arby, aka Will, he convinced me to play it. He wanted me to play it. He played it. He was like, this game is amazing. You need to play this. I was like, sure, okay. But another thing that kind of convinced me is when I looked into it a little bit, Yoko Taro made this game because one of Yoko Taro's biggest inspirations when he was making this game was 9/11. And I am not joking about that. He was actually inspired by the events of 9/11 to make this game. And it's the kind of thing where as you're playing it, that's not going to make any fucking sense. It's going to be like, what the hell does this have to do with 9/11? But it very much is the remake or the original? The original. The original. 10 years ago, what inspired the creation of the original Replicant and Gestalt was 9/11. Why am I at the Airy? Why am I here? There's nothing here for me. But he was influenced by 9/11. He was inspired by 9/11. Influence isn't the right word. But it's the kind of thing where when you play this game, not only is this game fucking weird and just kind of a marvel of technical limitations, or not even technical limitations, budgetary limitations. There are so many problems with there are so many instances in this game where they very clearly just didn't have any money to do what they clearly wanted. God damn it, I was supposed to go to the Forest of Myth. Damn it! I don't know where I'm going anymore. The game is just a budgetary marvel. It's very impressive. But then the story is kind of the story is incredibly fascinating. It's very interesting. And by the end of the first playthrough, you are going to understand what you're going to understand how this game was influenced by 9/11 and how it was inspired by 9/11. And then there are also the multiple endings, of which the first ending you kind of learn what's really going on. That first ending you kind of learn the full story. The second ending, the second ending B, the ending itself isn't that different, but you go back in there with renewed context, and then there's also a very, very good reason. There's a very, very good New Game Plus story reason to want to play the game again. And then ending C and D, there's nothing really new there. C and D are just kind of whatever. You can do that, do them if you want the full experience, but they themselves are kind of whatever. And then this remaster, whatever, adds in ending E, which I don't know anything about.
Beware
The words? What do you mean?
contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Nier and Vice.
If you can speak to me.
Oh, you could just start with Replicant. Replicant came out before Automata. Remember, this is a remake. So outside of any new content withstanding, there's nothing in this game that you need to have played Automata to get. As for what the story's about, The story is... How do I even describe it? So you play as protagonist. So, okay, let me start with this. There are 2 versions of the game, not counting this remaster. There is the PS3 version called Nier Replicant, and then the 360 version called Nier Gestalt. Replicant being a word taken from Blade Runner. That was the name of the androids. I don't consider that any kind of like spoiler or anything, because 1, Automata exists, and those are starring androids, and 2, Blade Runner, Replicant, like, come on. So there's the 2 versions. The only difference between the 2 versions was what the protagonist looked like and his relationship with the character Yona. In Nier Replicant, which is the version that Yoko Taro initially intended, you play as Brother Nier, who is the brother to the character of Yona. In Gestalt, which Yoko Taro was forced to make because Square Enix was like, we want to sell this in America. The 360 sells better in America. Not only that, but brother figures don't... The West doesn't like the brother-sister dynamic as much as father-daughter. So in Gestalt, you play as Father Nier. When they brought the game over to the West, they only localized the Gestalt version, and they essentially ported the Gestalt to the PS3. So no matter what you do, you're always gonna, if you play the original in English, you are always gonna get Father Nier. As much as I actually prefer Father Nier, and I think a lot of people, I think most people probably prefer Father Nier, in terms of the West, Square Enix was 100% right on that thing. It was very much a, but the chart says sort of situation, but it turned out to be 100% right. As much as I prefer Father Nier, there's definitely certain lines that make infinitely more sense coming out of the mouth of a brother or a smaller, younger adult, or like a 13-year-old or whatever the hell. So there was those 2 versions. Basically, the way the story goes is you play as protagonist. Usually the protagonist's name is depicted as Nier, but canonically that is not his name. Yoko Taro, Nier is not the name of the protagonist. At least that was not his intention. Oftentimes when you see the protagonist being referred to as Nier, that is because they needed a name to call him. And Yoko Taro was like, fuck it, it's Nier. People keep calling him Nier, he's Nier, fuck it. But that's not what he wanted. I don't know what Nier means. So you play as protagonist, and essentially what it is your daughter/sister, Yona, has this disease called the Black Scrawl. It's essentially this black text that is slowly crawling and expanding itself across her body. It is killing her. You are just trying to get by while also trying to cure her. Eventually, you tell her about these flowers called lunar tears. And she ends up... Essentially, lunar tears is like, oh, there's this myth that lunar tears can, you can sell them for a lot of money. Nier is French to deny. I didn't know that. Essentially, there's this thing, like, lunar tears are super rare and they're super special, so we could, like, if we could find them, we could sell it and we could, like, make, like, a bunch of money. Maybe even enough money to cure you. But it's, like, very clearly just kind of like a reassuring, like, oh, don't worry, here's this thing, have a little hope. Yona, being a young girl, takes it upon herself to find where these things are, and then ends up sneaking out of the village to go to this place called the Lost Shrine to find them. When she's there, she ends up essentially being held prisoner for whatever reason, and the protagonist goes after him. In the process, you go through the Lost Shrine, you end up getting to the room where Yona is. But there are these two guardians that are... You get attacked by these things called shades. Shades are these black creatures. These black and yellow creatures that are starting to appear more and more and more lately. No one knows what they are. They just are appearing. And they're dangerous. They can hurt people. So there are shades. And in the process of trying to get Yona back, the protagonist essentially beats open this book to try and break a barrier. The book is like inside the barrier. And he's attacking the barrier, and eventually the book wakes up. The barrier is broken, the book wakes up, and he goes, I am Grimvar Weiss. I am all-powerful. You shall regret. Weiss is a dork. But because you beat the shit out of the book, he's lost his memory. He's lost a lot of his magic spells. But he's cool. He's really friendly. He's just kind of a little pompous asshole. He joins up with you to fight the shades, and then helps you get Yona back. And then it's like, hey, I have a lot of really powerful magic spells that I can't remember anymore. If we work together and try and find all the spells, we might be able to cure your daughter sister. And then that's kind of the main premise of the game. Is going around, going all these different places, trying to find what's called the sealed verses. That is all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say about the plot. It goes places. This plot goes places, but then also shit's weird. Shit gets really weird, and I don't want to spoil all of the weird stuff.
I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream had spread from person to person by spoken word, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Weiss stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here.
He said,
Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
Said the mayor.
I think you have.
In other words,
said Nier.
We've caught the Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Nier's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the Death Dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Nier had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Nier and Weiss racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Nier like a contagion. Wait, said Nier suddenly. Did somebody just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, the villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Nier's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of paper. Sheaf? I've never seen that word before. Of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Nier. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never suspected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out. But I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular. But it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just wanted us to be whole again. I want us to be free again. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Nier nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second, I didn't nod. Look, if we can help... Look, if we can be of any help, said Nier, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Vice. The grimoire looked from Nier to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, a realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right! You're right! I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Nier and Vice. We're all counting on you. To be automata. Oh my god. Yes, she does, Kira Buckland does also voice Kirumi. She also voices, oh, what was that character's name in Danganronpa 2? Sayako? Sayoko? Fuck. Mahiru! That girl. Mahiru's, the ultimate traditional dancer or whatever it was. She's wearing a kimono the entire game, but then she, like, can't tie her sash, and that's how she becomes friends / reliant on Mahiru. What was her name? Sayoko? I think it was Sayoko or Sayoko or something. I'm gonna get some water. All this talking slash narrating slash voice acting is making me little dry throat. I'm gonna go get some water. Because this water is basically out. Back in a second. Hey, I got back just as the song ended. Weirdly good timing, am I right? Hold on. I got a package. Cool, I'll have to go get that. Afterwards, the place is still open basically until... Well, what am I saying? The base is still open. It's open all the fucking time. I just need to go to the mail room, and it's very simple to get to. Hyoko, yeah, Hyoko. She played... Kira Buckland played Hyoko. Down in the debris. Okay. As Nier slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck with by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought, but where? Nier's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he had been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his left hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, He spent most of his time urging Nier to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Angie and Mona share the same voice. Yeah, also, Hina from Danganronpa 1. And, actually, a character in, Automata. Character in Automata. 6-0. 6-0. Yeah, it was 6-0. Cassandra Lee Morris. That's her name. She's really good. Really good voice actress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Nier snapped. Okay, Vice, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Nier leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big, he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Nier slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice! What's going on? Nier could see Vice's mouth moving. Vice literally doesn't have a mouth. He's a book. He doesn't talk like the rest of us. In the cutscenes where they actually, like, bother to animate shit, and you see the characters talk and you see their mouths move, Vice doesn't have a mouth that moves. He just goes like this. He's just a book. He doesn't make any movements. Outside of floating. He floats in specific ways. That's how he talks. Where was I? But he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed. The forest howled. And then, as Nier's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Sweet, sweet, sweet. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Nier began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. Do you want to fuck? 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so? I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? The answer is a secret. The answer is a seesaw. How should I know? It's a secret. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, Nier sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. They're right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before Nier like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the tests, Nier moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Nier after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of the forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Nier picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Nier grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. See, this little, like, back and forth of, like, oh, Nier is losing his patience with Weiss, I think also works better with the father Nier, because it feels more, like, buddy cop-ish. Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried Nier, awakening Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Nier walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Nier, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Nier tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, Weiss said, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Nier. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? A man. A man. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor! Cried Nier. The small man suddenly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Nier watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Nier and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he said. He cried, You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Nier's and pumped it so fiercely, it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. Gah! By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Nier withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the death dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Nier filled him in on the details. I said that right. When the tale was done, the 3 of them laid down on the forest ground and slept. And fell asleep. Nier cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why won't we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futile in itself. Is futility itself. Nier and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Vice, it is words that control the death dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. And with that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I have felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Nier shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an awed voice. We did! I'm back. He blinked once, then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading throughout our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Nier and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life must take some getting used to, said the mayor, as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you must return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree at the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It is the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Nier and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Nier mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is gonna sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too. Nier tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figured it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Nier gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. What exactly is going on here? The riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Dark execution. Summon magic kill spikes from the ground and impale enemies. Oh!
Sealed burst. That didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
So I was a little worried that for this part of the game, so with this remake, they added basically full voice acting. All of the side quests are voice acted. but it kind of doesn't matter because it's fucking, the side quests are awful. Voice acting doesn't do shit to add to the game in that sense. I mean, there are a couple that are like made better. I think that I killed my girlfriend side quests is probably better off with voice acting. But then most of them are like, I want to make some medicine for my mother. Could you go and get me some eagle eggs or something? That nothing is added by having voice acting there. Anyway, I was a little concerned they would have voice acting for this part. But no, they kept it exactly the same. I think it is much stronger, this entire section of the game, if there's no voice acting. Because it forces you to assign a voice to the words, which is very different for what the game's been trying to do. It just helps add to the strangeness of this entire section.
And another victim.
So these next ones are not required, but I'm gonna do them anyway. They are much shorter. They're much shorter. So
I figured
yeah,
it
I'm gonna
looked
do them.
like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
A colony of massive structures were visible in the distance, their tall forms scrapping against the sky. Vice and Nier had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity. What did I just say?
Manner of mirage.
What did I just get finished saying? Nier nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in his place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Nier lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. And now there's no voice acting. What was the fucking point of just adding voice acting to those first 3 or 4 lines? What was the point of that? What the fuck? What the fuck? This game is playing with my hearts in all brand new ways. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can take that. I'm not gonna do the voices. I'm not gonna do the voices. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? The complaining had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said? No, no joke. The road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Nier glanced at Vice's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Nier's feet grew more painful and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than this next step ahead because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Nier lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water! Water, said Vice. Preposterous. I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, Nier sprang to life and bounded toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Nier closed his eyes and sighed as Vice floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Nier shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide open once more. Wait, there it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there. Nier sprinted off again, leaving Vice with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Nier came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in that direction, searching for it. The chase continued for nearly an hour until an exasperated Vice finally floated up to Nier and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot. Stop this at once. There is no water here. Nier's face clouded. There isn't? There is not, and perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Vice paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we've arrived in the city of art. Nier looked up, and stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Nier, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up toward the sky. But that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. What kind of city is this? Said Nier. Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials that they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles were staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Nier and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Nier uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I'm getting tired of modern art. The 3 statues were indistinguishable except for the single word chiseled in their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the last one read Gamma. As Nier moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, the false ones will only speak lies. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Nier. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before Nier. Please, said Alpha. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Nier and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the real one around here. The respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. Okay, let's think about this for a second. It can't be Alpha because... It can't be Alpha because if Alpha is telling the truth, Beta is lying. Actually... Wait. I have to think about this. Beta says Alpha is a fake. So if Beta's telling the truth, that's possible. If Gamma is throwing Beta under the bus, when you consider all the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Vice. Nier furrowed his brows and considered his answer. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, the false ones only speak lies. Let me think. Alpha says he's real. That would mean Beta and Gamma are lying. Because Beta says Alpha is a liar. feel like it could be any of them. As long as I'm understanding this correctly, I feel like it could be any of them. Guys, someone... Don't leave me out here alone. I want to know. I need a second opinion. I need a second opinion. Someone help. You thinking beta? I don't have a clue. Nier took a long look at the statues and tried to clear his mind. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3... It's just starting over! Okay. Let's look at this again. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Okay. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Nier and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake. You know, I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is a fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here. I think it might be Beta. I think it might be Beta. Because if it was Alpha, that was telling the truth, then obviously Beta's lying. And then Gamma's lying because he's saying I'm the only real one around here. If Gamma is the one telling the truth, and he's saying Beta is a fake and that he's real. But then that means Alpha is fake. That means Alpha is fake, meaning that Beta is telling the truth. I think it's Beta. Rear one is Beta. Though Nier's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Vice nodding at him. If Alpha was telling the truth, began Vice in a dry tones of a lecturer, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, the theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with 2 statues telling the truth. Finally, let's assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Vice finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into the dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Vice in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as he could go before an uncomfortable Nier pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this, said Vice. What have you done to the city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Nier, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck Nier during the mayor's dreams spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too.
Glasses.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long, unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside, I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Somebody knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior! I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all gods, help me. Impossibly, I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, exploding with pain, I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands, covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Weiss. This is Nier. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Nier extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good our escape, we shall be drowned in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. Starting over, inventation. Okay, bye-bye, Waluigi. I'm probably gonna end this once I'm done with the village. My voice is just getting tired, but I'm also getting tired. I've been up for a while, and I'm trying to improve my sleep schedule because it's been really fucked up. I don't know if you saw the tweet, but I was awake for 25 hours the other day, and that was hell. So, I need to improve my sleep schedule. Squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Oh, the end of the corridor. I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds sitting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobweb. Searching for the door of the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Somebody has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and Sandy will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. Squint down the corridors and proceed east. Squint down the corridors and proceed north. Squint down the corridors and proceed north. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of waters no longer, and so my eyes turn upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth and decorated with motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construct. It is a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bounds. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses blotched from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough, shielding my eyes, I paddled forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. Let's go west. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their sides in a dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. Go drink the water. Drink the water. It's rainwater that's flooding the place. Drink the fucking rainwater. The wine's just gonna fucking dehydrate you. Go drink the water. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups mean nothing, I tell myself. The cask will be ruined by the flood regardless. Drink the water! Finally, the cork surrenders to my attack and thick red liquid bursts forth from the hole. This is no wine, it is blood, still warm from the body. Whether animal or something else, I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixes with the rising flood waters. Drink! You can't drink it anymore! You fucked it up! Creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods, are the rest of these casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enter my mouth, I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. Go back east. Let's go east. At the end of the path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rest china and silver of the finest construct, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made their homes in their remains. And this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that runs from the seat, up the back, and down the arms. It explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonizing screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasped frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment, though in truth I had suspected they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. North! The water has risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. "You dumb bast!" shouts Nier. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insult is cut short by the rising water. Grimoire Weiss, wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Continue. So what happened there is I just actually straight up wasted too much time. I wasted too much time there. Go north, east, north, east. North. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. It was right there. Break it down, someone cries, so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Nier and Grimoire Vice, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you, I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress? Asks Vice. Then you're a woman, madam. I am. I proffer the two as a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as Nier is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. A fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch an uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead had awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
You don't get to talk.
Thank you so much for saving me. I never want to have a dream like that again.
Hi. That is so clearly what's her fuck. Are you serious? We gotta do the fucking beta thing again. Oh yeah, the soundtrack in this game is fantastic. The music in both Replicant, Gestalt, Automata, it's all fantastic. Keiichi Okabe is a phenomenal composer, and I would love it if he just did the soundtrack to everything.
That
I am positive I have seen.
Okay. Okay. There. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to
There are
last a
3
lifetime.
villagers.
Thank you
Only
very
3 people
much.
live here.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Wow, this looks...
And there we go. That's why I was doing
Do we
this.
have it?
In order to get endings C and D, you need to
Of course.
collect every weapon in the game.
It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
That's strange. They were in the original PS3 Gestalt. You would get a trophy for that, for doing all of that. They changed up the trophy list. Dream SMT. Ha, I get it. Okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go back.
So how was the village?
Why didn't you come with us?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Huh. Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
Oh, also, Waluigi, before you go, if you do decide to look up the music and listen to the music, be careful about spoilers. Be careful about spoilers. This is a game you do not want to get spoiled. Mailbox. Dear Nier, today was awesome. Popola made this huge cake that was really yummy, and everyone in the village was wishing me happy birthday. It's fun. I feel like a princess or something. I don't feel sick at all today. In fact, I almost forgot I had this disease. So maybe you can forget about it too and come back home now? Aw. Why did I come over here? Give me a second. Need to pull up the soundtrack. Okay, so here are some of the songs I would recommend. Snow in Summer. Bluebird, spelled B-L-U, no E. Song of the Ancients. Grandma, The Wretched Automatons. Yona, Kaine, Emil. Those are kind of the ones that immediately come to mind. Kaine and Emil are tracks that keep showing back up, and by keep showing back up, I mean they're in Automata. They're like one of the few songs that are actually carried over and remixed from Automata, or from the original Gestalt. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's good. I'm a chameleon. I'm gonna go to sleep. Actually, I think I'm gonna go shave because I meant to do that today and I forgot. And I hate neck beards. I really hate neck beards. They are incredibly uncomfortable. Everything up here I'm fine with, but here I don't like. And to be perfectly honest, with masks and everything, hair on the face is also a little uncomfortable. But whatever. I'm done. Good night. Have a beautiful time. Play Nier Replicant 1.2242938. Actually, what the fuck is it? Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139 ... Play it. It's good. And then once you play Replicant, play Automata, because Automata is even better. Basically on like every level. But yeah, I'm gonna go bye. I'm gonna go shave and then go to sleep. Bye. I'm still I can still feel myself recovering from those from being awake for 25 fucking hours. Okay, bye.